good afternoon, good evening, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. I'm Priscilla, and Heather's next to me. And tonight we have the lovely Valerie from Illumination Portal. She's going to talk to us all about this Virgin full moon. And it's a big one, isn't it, Valerie? It's a huge,
it's huge. Sorry. It's huge.
Yeah.
Do you want me to can I preface this before we get into the slides, because the slides are really helpful. There's so much going on that we need to understand where we came from.
Excuse me just a minute. Heather, you typed in something and it's got your logo on it. Oh.
It's not on my screen, but I got it on the
Well, there you go. That's fantastic. Hey,
so
Lori,
more than one way to skin a cat.
There is. That's true. So we start from the last full moon in Capricorn. That was the second full moon. It was a 29 degree. At 29 degrees, 0 degrees been playing out. But that full moon was shutting down, was telling us that there was huge changes going on in our society, politically, government-wise. And not a few hours later is when Biden came out and supported Kamala, right? Well, you got to see those two Capricorn full moons were closing down. One was at 1 degree, one was at 29 degree.
Oh, wow.
As he was at 29 degrees on the second one, he was conjunct that 0 Pluto in Aquarius. So what we had there was the old guard and the new guard standing right next to each other. Okay, so here we come to this full moon. Well, it's all about Aquarius. It's a full moon in Aquarius, but it's also everybody's. There's two T squares, and one of them is squaring Uranus, one of the rulers of Aquarius. So it says to me loud and clear, the old is died. Okay, and here we go. We're going into the new. Now, what does that mean?
So that 29 degrees is like, okay, we're done here, and now we're moving on to the first
starting out
and starting something new with Kamala.
But so here we are at 27 degree Aquarius.
Right.
A 27 degree Aquarius full moon is the same degree that the United States birth chart is on. Our moon is a 2716. This is a 2715. It's you can't deny that that's not saying something to the United States of America. There's a lot more.
That happened before or after Kamala? How the hell do you say it? I always get it wrong.
I've always learned it Kamala, but it could be Kamala. Who knows?
Kamala.
We have to listen. We're going to have to listen to an advertisement and find out.
Well, the moons are set up the way they're set up from space. That there's nobody can make that happen.
Oh, hell no.
So here we are in it's specifically saying to me that United States of America, humanity is going up. We're ascending. We're getting in higher frequencies because the old has clearly died. We had 2 full moons in Capricorn that were speaking to us about that. And then what we saw, because a lot of times we don't even know what happened until after the fact. We didn't know that Kamala was getting in until after the fact. Diana and I were just going live when that happened. So a lot of this stuff we won't know, and we won't know anything about Aquarius truly because it's the wild card. It's a miracle frequency, but it's a wild card, and it's the era we're going into, the age of Aquarius. Right. So here it's lining us up and saying to us, this is a big one. Okay, we've been clearing, releasing, clearing, as that's all we really talk about on the full moons and the new moons, right? But here comes the hardest part. Are you releasing the things that have you tethered to the old ways.
Right.
Because a lot of us just do things because that's what we were taught, right? Well, Aquarius Uranus is all about breaking outside of the box, breaking out of the prison, breaking out of your own societal constructs, the things that you put on yourself. But this is personal in a lot of ways. As it's for humanity, it's really personal. Like, what are we tolerating that we know is not of the highest vibration? Simple things,
Yeah.
I mean, look how much of our world needs changed. We need to restructure how we do education, how we do agriculture, how we do everything. So, but take all that's out here. That's in the future, and that is going to happen. But it's not going to happen if we all don't coincide and change what's tethering us to the old world.
Right. Wow. That's heavy.
That is heavy. And I'm sorry to start it like that, but I mean, I've been seeing, okay, I'll describe to you what I've been seeing. Diana and I got together the other day, and we saw something, but then as time went on, the sprites, when the sun does solar flares, and in certain areas, they catch those sprites.
Yes.
Well, there's all these... It's like electricity, okay, because you got to say Uranus is electrical, and we're electromagnetic beings, but Uranus is Aquarius is electrical. I see us being hit like there's sprites just shooting at all of us, coming down from the sun, because look, the sun hasn't stopped.
Nope. It certainly hasn't.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. And I'm just sitting here.
Right now we're in a G3. So what is it? Magnetic storm.
Wasn't it a 7 with?
I'm talking about today's. I'm not talking about the one a couple of days ago that was.
No, I'm talking today. He was just on and he said 7, I thought. I'm sorry.
When I watched him a little while ago, Stephen Burns, it was a 3.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, that's high, right?
It's high.
What I'm trying to say is that we are being, when you see the light body, like you see the energy of the light body, like I see, what static electricity looks like. I see all of us looking like static electricity, and all this other energy is coming in and just shooting at us, and it's helping us to clear all the what else is toxic in us.
I'm okay with that.
Other blocks are in us, or what other trauma bonds are in us. It's just like hitting us. I know I've been kind of on edge and kind of irritated, but I know I'm watching everybody have that go on.
Irritability, and I have body aches, particularly my knees. Or I've been using a cane for the last 2 days.
Oh no.
Which is ridiculous. I just can't believe it.
I'm just trying to see if we see anything about where the KP index is right now. It's just off the charts, and I say this all the time, and I kept trying to think of a bigger word than epic, and what came to me yesterday was superfragilistic expialidocious. What the hell am I going to do with that?
That's hilarious. I love that.
I mean,
okay.
I can't even describe this energy. I can't describe it at all, and it's except for what I visually see, and I know the astrology pretty much, but every astrologer is their interpretation of astrology. So I hope that everyone's getting what I'm saying. Diana is saying there was 2 earthquakes in Japan yesterday, and then the Russian coast had one while his show was live. Yeah. Diana, was that a KP index?
It looks to me like a 6.5. It went up to a 6.5.
Yeah.
According to this one, that's NOAA weather.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
When I
pretty.
thought, when I was watching him, I thought he said it was a K3, KP3, a G1. Let's see,
I
KP.
mean, it only goes up to 7, right? It only goes up to a 7,
No, this one goes. This does, but I mean, the chart goes up to a 9.
a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so look how we're being hit with so much energy, and it's for us to go in, because I'm going to sit here and say, oh, life will be perfect once the government changes, but it's really once we change, it's we're the ones who are
2
changing.
earthquakes, 7.1 at Japan yesterday, and then Russia coasted one while the show was. Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I was
wild.
just saying that. Yep.
I'm just going to look at this one lady. She tracks it pretty good. Okay, we have Saturday, August 17th.
Look at this coffee cup I got today when I drove up to
It's cool.
Estes Park. Took Livy up.
Cool.
But isn't that cool the way you hold it?
Mm-hmm.
Fingers in there.
I like that.
It
says it's KP7, and it reached that at 1:46 p.m. Eastern.
7.2
Wow.
in Russia. Huh.
Yeah, KP7. Here we go.
Oh wow! It was a 7.2 on the Bering Sea.
So it was bigger even than Japan.
Oh wow! So that. Well.
Right.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, because it went up 2 hours later from a KP5 to a KP7. All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's how I wanted to start. Do you want to do the cards now? Or
you mean the this thing?
Well, that or I'm talking about the.
We all drew a card.
Oh, yeah. Cards. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Remove.
Well, the one that I ended up with, it's from Metatron's deck, and it's communication. Speak up and be heard.
Ooh.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, sweetheart. Oh, every time I do this, it puts you wrong.
I got in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. I'm going to disagree with that, but
no shit. When was the last time it was smooth sailing?
They're saying in my head, if you believe it's smooth, it is smooth. And I'm like, okay.
Smooth.
And then I got
just riding those waves. It's so comfortable.
Yeah, and look,
we're doing just riding the waves.
He's on a little magic carpet just up there floating around. That's what I need, a magic carpet.
Yeah, I need a magic carpet. I got devotion, spiritual practices, intuitive history.
Ah, nice.
That means pay attention to what your intuition, and I love it because they're all around a fire, dancing and doing whatever rituals.
Doing the thing.
Doing the thing.
And then I did the astrology cards, and of course I got Pluto and Chiron. Anyway.
Thanks, Amanda. How are you? Did we say hi to everybody? Miss Amanda, and Singer, and Harley.
And Lori.
And Miss Sharon Side, thank you so much. And Miss Linda Day Gonzalez. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you here today. Tonight, I should say.
Good to see everybody.
Let's see what Pam Gregory has to say. From Pam Gregory, she posted regarding earthquakes, extremely unstable seismic energy of supermoon on Monday the 19th, which is being squared by Uranus, planet of earthquakes. Yikes.
That's the whole thing with this square. The moon and the sun are both squaring Uranus. Uranus is unpredictable. It is volcanic activity, earthquake activity. You can see what the sun's doing. Tomorrow, Mercury is going to conjunct the sun. And as he does that, that sets off more flares because it's a Cazimi. It looks like he's going into the heart of the sun. Now, he's already been there about, I think it was a month or two ago. I'm not good with time anymore. And he has to go back to the sun because he's being updated on some new information. You got to think about that. That pertains to all of us, you know,
Yeah.
wherever that Mercury's hitting in your chart. And right now, he is opposing the moon. He's with the sun conjunct. The sun and Mercury are conjunct. They're going to be together tomorrow. So this is huge. We don't know what's being uncovered, what it is, where
And according to Oil Painter, it's early.
what's early.
All the earthquakes and things.
That the other thing about the flares today is they weren't to go off until the 19th.
That's why we can't even predict that anymore. And that guy says that every time he comes on.
Mhm.
He's shocked at what's going on. So to me, this is spirit driven, you know, that
Absolutely. Absolutely.
the more the sun is coming, because all those light codes get thrown onto Earth, right? We pick them up, but that's us. That's our static electricity, that electricity coming off of us, coming from there. And I mean, and it's all individual, right? But
Yeah.
whew, it is intense. And that's just one of the 2 T-squares. And as of right now, we are in because Mercury's still at 29. He just went to Leo. Okay, he was retrograde. So he was at Virgo 4 degrees. This was on August 4th. And the 14th, he goes back into Leo. So here he is at Leo, but we still have Pluto 0 degrees in one corner, Neptune at 29 degrees in another corner, all pointing to the yod of Mercury at 29 degrees. So whatever this is that Mercury's getting from the sun tomorrow, it's been signaling to us, pay attention, because this is the second time we had a yod with him there. And then once he goes into 0 degree Virgo, it'll be another type of yod. But so Mercury goes from Virgo, where it's about the details, lining things up. Let's make plans to do this, to do that, right?
Right.
But he backs up and he goes into Leo, and Leo and the sun say, it none of that matters. What does your heart want? And that's what we're going to do. So then he goes back to Virgo, and it's like, okay, we're going to do it based on this new information from the heart. See?
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Interesting. I love the way you put it that way.
Thank you. My brain's just been going 1,000 miles a minute a second.
I can't even imagine with all the astrological craziness.
You're lucky if you get to sleep.
I think, yeah, I do. Because my brain doesn't stop, even when I'm sleeping. I don't think.
No,
But
mine doesn't either.
What's Diana say? Top are the absolutely, yeah. Everything is coming. I mean, because that's another thing, right? As the old constructs break down, we're going to have to innovate and find new ways to do all the things we do on Earth for work, for everything, you know?
Everything, yeah.
But the thing about Aquarius and Uranus is because of them, we have AI, and it's just going to get better. There's no way to hide information from anybody anymore, really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big thing. Whatever has been hidden is going to be revealed, and that's coming up for these next few months. So that's going to be interesting. Well, I think it's going to keep going, but you know what I mean? It's going to get really intense. All right.
Lori says, doing it from the heart is helping me to let go of what no longer serves me. So many emotions recently. Amen. You go, Lori. I've been there lately too.
Yeah, because the heart wants what the heart wants. And the heart's sick of being drowned out, right? By the let's go for the money, let's go for this, let's go, you know.
I bet you could sing that, Heather.
Not the way I'm learning to it, but yeah, I know that song.
Everything's coming up roses.
For me and for you.
I love it. I love it. All
She
right.
is one of the few singers that never needed a microphone.
Jeez, really? I didn't know that.
She had a booming voice. She would.
did.
Nobody did not hear her.
Wow.
Not even up in the
Rafters.
rafters. They heard her. She had a box and a half. So
All right. Do you want to do the slides?
sure.
We'll do the slides because that'll give the details, more details. This is huge. This is huge epics. I don't even know what to call them anymore.
And it's also really a rare super blue moon as well as all the other stuff.
Yeah, and you know what makes it a super blue moon? We had a blue moon in July because we had the two Capricorn full moons, but this is because it's the third. I'm probably going to say it wrong. It's the third of 4 super moons.
Right.
It makes it a blue moon, and I don't know. So,
okay, let's see what this says.
just think how close they are. Right, too.
Yeah. That's why it's blues, because they're so close, right?
Right.
The full moon in Aquarius on 19/08/2024 is your cosmic green light to embrace the unexpected and think outside the box. Known for its unconventional vibes, this illumination encourages you to break free from the status quo and dive into your most authentic self. It's the perfect time to challenge old beliefs and innovate. Equip yourself with amethyst for those aha moments of brilliance, labradorite to supercharge your transformation, and aquamarine to keep your communication as smooth as a jazz solo. Let go of the ordinary. Step into the power and groove to your own cosmic rhythm. I like that one.
I know. I didn't even read. Well, I didn't read it all the way down. That's pretty
Speak up
cool.
and be heard.
What?
Speak up and be heard.
Speak up and be heard. Exactly. Okay, you're going to have to elaborate on where you want to on these things.
Sure.
Heather,
Sure.
you want to read this one?
Sure. Facts about the sturgeon full moon. The full moon occurs on August 19th, 2024 at 2:26 p.m. Eastern time. So in our time, that's about 11:30, something in there. Anyway, it's a rare super blue moon. Super moons are magnificent and powerful. Creators of the king tides, they have influence over the affairs of the earth as well as mankind. That's kind of scary when you think about the hurricane that's getting close.
I know. I was thinking about in the king tides at the same time. That's not really a good thing.
That's not good.
King tides we saw in Key West, and they would be like 3 or 4 times the normal height of a regular tide,
It
and
just flooded everything.
they flooded a whole lot of the town.
You could go out in your kayak down the main street.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's called the sturgeon moon, named after the sturgeon fish that once were abundant in the Midwest and Northeast United States during this time of year.
This full moon occurs in Aquarius. Saturn and Uranus rules Aquarius and is the planet of restraint, time, and Uranus is the planet of unpredictability. Restraint, time, and unpredictability. That's a hell of a grouping.
Yeah.
Full moon in Aquarius also opposes both the Sun in Leo and Mercury retrograde in Leo. Holy guacamole. This moon in Aquarius is also exactly square, unpredictable, and revolutionary Uranus, one of the ruling planets of Aquarius, further propelling us onto the Aquarian wave of change. On the same day as the full moon, Jupiter and Saturn are squaring. Where you want to go with this? You want to start off with number 1?
Okay, so yeah, because I kind of covered.
Yeah, you did.
Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. There's just no way to predict that. the square with Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, so Jupiter's with Mars. So it's Jupiter and Mars are squaring Saturn. And on one side, on the other side, Venus is squaring Jupiter and Mars. So we have two T-squares. So what does that mean? Well, Mars and Jupiter, he's getting higher guidance, right? Because Jupiter is that higher consciousness information. Mars wants to go. He wants to go forward. But nobody's really going forward here on this moon because, excuse me, the squares. We got the sun and the moon squaring Uranus, which we don't know what that's going to do, and that's kind of coming off top of the other squares. Where in the world am I? Jupiter and Mars squaring Saturn. So the old, and Saturn's in Pisces retrograde. He doesn't have any rules. He doesn't have any boundaries. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has no idea, really. He's just kind of, he is being restructured himself, as all the planets are on some level. You know, as Earth is getting bombarded with the solar flares, so is everybody else. You know, this is what kind of makes it. You're like, I can only really guess at this point, especially with Uranus being one of those squares. You know, it's just huge. Venus is always asking, do what you love, what you value. You know, don't make a move. Mars, don't go anywhere without making that move. You know, so Mars is he's with Jupiter, and Jupiter's a lot bigger than he is. So he's going to defer. I see him like that. I see him deferring to, well, we know what Venus wants. We don't know what Saturn wants, because Saturn's kind of under construction himself.
Right.
You know? So that's basically how I would try to make that make sense.
Okay, you were talking about the 4 super moons, and that this is the first of the 4.
First of the 4. Okay, so there we go. That's going to be, and okay, we all know what we're coming through: August, September, October, November. So, and I don't see the solar flares slowing down. We're in the height of solar maximum.
Solar maximum, yeah, that's true.
You know?
These, how come they are consecutive months that have the supermoons? Is that always the case?
No.
It seems like a lot for 4 months in a row.
Right. Remember that time that we did the progression of the precession? Yeah. So something to do with that, how it gets aligned every year, depending on where the solstices and equinoxes are. But I'm not that smart. I don't know. I have to go back and watch our show.
Right. I understand that. I truly do. Okay, so full moon in Aquarius is passion, love, unconventional ideas and approaches. Mm-hmm. Makes sense with our lovely Aquarius. Go ahead, Heather.
Rare super blue moon, moon magic. That's 19th of August. The full sturgeon moon arrives. I'm not going to give you those things, other than it's 27 degrees Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. This will be the only blue moon of the year, and it is a seasonal blue moon, marking the 3rd full moon in the season. And it's also a super moon, as the moon will appear larger and closer to Earth. The last super blue moon was 31 August 2023, and the next one that comes after 2024 is expected in January and March in 2037.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it's that long? I didn't read this.
Wow,
Sorry.
that's crazy.
We are clearing karmic contracts
Yeah.
and stepping into our power as we release all that no longer serves our highest abundant timeline and manifest our desires. So your line for this one is, I am ready to manifest abundance.
Wow.
And so it is.
I did not know that. I mean, look at that. That's what,
That's
14,
a long time.
14 years out. And this is, so let's, okay. Well,
And the last super blue moon was last August. I find that interesting.
right. Now that was powerful. Remember last August where
Mhm.
we had everybody, Venus went retrograde in Leo, but all the planets, all the personal planets were in Leo together, where Mars and Venus, they balanced out each other, remember? But
Mhm.
see, it took us a year to see, well, how far did they get? What's going on? Well, Mars is sitting there with Jupiter now. I mean, it's like we have to watch it play out. But this is interesting.
Yeah, it
The
really
theme
is.
for supermoon, I mean, this is, I know it. I know we say it a lot. I know we're ascending, we're raising in frequency. I just think it's go time. I think like if there's a solar flash about to happen, it's about to happen any second. I don't know what to expect because everything is new.
I know, right? Oh shit. Okay, let me make this big. Okay. A rare blue supermoon, one of the biggest and brightest full moons of 2024, will square the wild card Uranus all on the same day as Jupiter square Saturn, blasting in the drastic, radical, catalytic energy cosmic square dance. The rare blue full moon in Aquarius is a supermoon, which means that the lunar orb is very close, highly increasing the potency of these revolutionary energies. This is the first of 4 super full moons in a row. This is also going to be a seasonal blue moon, a third full moon in the astronomical season that has 4 full moons. This blue super full moon in the revolutionary sign of Aquarius exactly square the great awakener Uranus that energetically rules breakthrough, change, shock, and unexpected events. So there is expect the unexpected energy of the fated events attached to it. On the same day, Jupiter squares Saturn, bringing drastic, radical, destined catalytic energy, quantum leaps and breakthroughs, and the culmination of the old karmic energies assisting with dissolving and letting go. Wait a minute, I got lost. Dissolving and letting go of old cycles and patterns, dissipating the veil between the material world and the higher dimensions.
Whoa, I see that. I see a lot being dissipated too. Like as these energy bolts hit us, it's immediately removing things that were stuck on us. Do you hear feedback? Is it
Yes.
me? Is that
Let me
me?
see. You talking. Let me see if it's you. I believe it is you. I don't know. Sometimes it's Heather's mic, but I couldn't tell. Okay, Heather, this one's yours, babe. Or did I change it?
You haven't changed it yet.
There we go.
This one's mine. Okay. Super full moon Aquarius. On August 19th, we will experience a super full moon in Aquarius, a powerful event as it's the last full moon before the eclipse season begins, magnifying its effects. As this super full moon draws close to the earth, we are invited to surrender to its flow, releasing the need to plan and control, and instead embracing the present moment. This full moon encourages us to feel grounded and secure in our bodies, trusting in the universe and knowing that we are cared for. It's a time of acknowledgement and accept all aspects of who we are, giving ourselves permission to feel deeply and fully. We're reminded that we deserve pleasure and joy in our lives and that by honoring the power within us, we hold the answers to our own destiny. This is a potent moment to release any built-up emotions, reclaim our personal power, and radiate with the joy that comes from living in alignment with our true selves. As we navigate this super full moon, let its energy guide us towards greater self-awareness, inner peace, and a deep sense of trust in the journey ahead.
No, that was nice.
That is nice. And that's so true, right? Because that's what we're being asked, is to be, Aquarius is about freedom overall, humanitarianism, right? It wants everyone to feel included. We're all together in this, right? And that, I think, we're getting closer to. But it's about authenticity, truth, we have to show up as our authentic selves for that to work across the board, right? So it's okay. Like if I'm weird, whatever. I'm okay to be weird. I think that's what I said on with Ali last night. It's okay to let your freak flag however you say it. I can't even say it. Freak flag, and be who you are. I mean, as long as we're not hurting anyone, why not? But
Exactly.
we've been conditioned to say, oh no, I can't, I have to act like this when I'm in public, or I have to be this, I mean, our community, I believe, stepped out into who they were authentically a couple years ago. It's everybody else who those people that look at us like we're nuts for coming on here and saying the things we say, they have to let go of their constructs, I guess is what I'm saying.
True. Okay, here we get into the Mercury retrograde. It's not working. Let that shit go. It's not worth your time. Prioritize yourself and create a healthier regime. Be patient with your devices. Take glitches or delays as a sign of pause and take a break.
Oh my God, I didn't even.
We got to tell everybody that we have been having such a hard time with our machinery and getting ready for the show, which is why we're laughing so much at this.
Yeah. We're only human. Be sure to forgive yourself and others for their mistakes. I will not resist the inevitable complications of life. Instead, I will flow with the universe. I know that challenges are merely overlooked opportunities.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that one.
This
I
one
didn't
was great.
I'm sending you these things and I don't even read them all the way.
Yeah, and some of these things, like when we were laughing at this, I mean, when we finally were getting things, it's like I said, well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Thank goodness, because
Hilarious.
we were doing that before the show.
Well, and see, Leah's on here saying, I almost cut my hair. Don't do it, Leah.
Leah, I cut my hair. I cut my hair, and I would hold her shoulder length.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. And I like what Lori said here. Need to add in the deep sense of trust in the journey ahead. Yes.
Yes, we all do. That's the hardest thing, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't know where we're going. We know what it feels like inside. We know it feels good, right? And it feels completely different than the old world. But we're creating it. We're the ones creating the new world.
Right.
The other things for Mercury retrograde: take time to pause. Double check your facts, make sure everything is like you think it is. Listen to your intuition. Revisit the past. Did this work last time? And become a better listener. Like maybe they're telling you something and you haven't heard it, And journal for clarity. And be patient with technology. Yeah.
Again. Oh my gosh.
You have to put musical emojis next to it when you're singing, Leah. Almost got my hair today. I remember. She wasn't really talking about herself, but I am. It went Mercury retrograde. It's a great haircut. It's just short.
It's a nice haircut. It is a nice haircut. Hi, Sharon Sight. Good to see you. That's right.
Julia says,
Yeah.
I don't mind retrograde. It gives you time to double check yourself in detail.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but 5 planets in retrograde. Holy shit.
It's huge because look, it's the outer planets too with Chiron. I don't even know yet. Do they have Chiron up there? I don't think so.
And I've got to say that I was told
Chiron
that,
and Aries.
yeah, I was told the retrogrades don't affect me too much because so many of my planets in my birth chart are retrograde to start with. So it's just the same old, same old.
I don't know if I believe that because we are always encountering new information,
Yeah.
So as we retrograde to review, to
That's
reassess, it to me it's not a bad thing. I'm with Leah on this one. There's just that it's actually, I think, spirit stepping in and saying, "No, are you sure you want to do that? You want to go move to Fiji right now? Whatever."
Yeah, I do.
Rebel. Oh, now I got to listen to that.
Rebel.
Rebel. Yeah.
Okay, what's it say? Mercury in Virgo and Leo, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, Pluto in Aquarius, and Chiron in Aries. Universal energy is doing a massive flip for the next level of your life, bringing new chapters or unfolding through important transformations. Understanding the meaning of divine timing, being with the right person at the right time, stronger bonds among destined connections, meaningful relationships blooming. Important events are happening at the right time. Energy shifts, DNA upgrades, regeneration, inner healing and transformation, improving realities. Important lessons are being learned, such as learning to be true to your feelings, I think is what it meant. Some people wish they had treated you better. Karmic cycles and karmic relationships are again ending, or once again ending. People learn to spell.
It might be easy to read if they did that.
One of the pictures I had, they spelled planet without the N. I was like, I'm not putting that up. Get it right.
I get all that stuff off of Facebook, but I save them so quick. I don't know. I was waiting for the this full moon ones to come out. They come out at the last minute. So
yeah, that's true. Yes, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe and the notify. We'd love that. Please.
Okay, Mars conjunct Jupiter and square Saturn retrograde. This could be interesting. And it could be felt from August 6th to 23rd-ish. The exact
3rd-ish. I like that.
3rd-ish. And it's exact on August 14th and 16th. But it has long-reaching effects. So with Mars conjunct Jupiter in Gemini, this typically enhances energy levels, enthusiasm, and a desire for exploration, learning, and communication. During this time, you might feel more motivated to pursue new projects, ideas, or adventures. And there's a strong focus on communication, information exchange, and social interactions. You may also feel a surge in curiosity with a desire to engage in discussions or debates or rabbit holes. Anyway, however, with this conjunction square Saturn, this introduces challenges and potential frustrations. Oh, yeah. While Mars and Jupiter inspire growth and expansion, Saturn's influence can bring feelings of restriction, doubt, or responsibility. You may encounter obstacles or delays in your pursuits, leading to a struggle between your aspirations and the reality of your circumstances. During this time, you can also expect heightened discussions on social issues, philosophy, or politics. And this can be an excellent time for brainstorming sessions, but you may also find that differing opinions cause tension. So as you pursue new ideas or projects, Saturn's square reminds you to establish realistic plans and boundaries. You may need to work harder to create structure around your ambitions. You also may need to focus on long-term goals and implement disciplined approaches to achieve them, even if it feels challenging. Also keep in mind that the expansive energy of Jupiter can lead to overconfidence or taking on too much at once. And you may feel an urge to say yes to everything or stretch your resources thin. It's going to be essential to balance your enthusiasm with responsibility and a more realistic approach.
All righty then.
Okay, so I should have said this earlier. The T squares, the one with Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, is mutable. Why do I have all that? Yeah, mutable. So that means they're willing to take on new information. They're willing to try something different. The other T square with the Sun, Mercury, and the Moon and Uranus is fixed, where they're kind of dig their heels in and they're not about change, you know? Even though I always thought that was funny that Aquarius is a fixed sign, but anyway, I can't fix that. Uranus is a fixed sign. So it's definitely fixed in the fact that it's unpredictable, you know, like you never know what you're going to get. So I think it's pretty cool. We have one side kind of holding on in a strange way. It's not holding on to the old. It's like kind of because all the planets are involved, right? And I mean, they aren't always involved like this moon, this one.
Right.
And it's kind of, but everybody's kind of got a block. Like you can't really move. We have to wait to get the information. And to me, that information is what the sun is saying to Mercury.
Right.
Then everybody can go forward. But, you know, so listen for downloads, listen for, you know, anything from your guides, you know, because that's directly for each of us. We get our own direction, you know.
Absolutely. Okay, Mars conjunct Jupiter on August 14th. The planet of Mars, the planet of action, desire, and passion, conjunct Jupiter, the planet of abundance, good fortune, and prosperity, is a rare alignment that will ignite your inner fire. This powerful combination pushes you to face your fears head on and manifest your deepest dreams with fearless determination. Over the next 72 hours, expect sudden miracles and wish fulfillment as obstacles turn into opportunities for success. This potent cosmic energy brings good luck, optimism, and expansion, guiding you toward destined connections and opportunities. Pay attention to signs, synchronicities, dreams, and chance encounters. The universe is working in your favor to help you create the life you desire and fulfill your ultimate destiny. When you see 1111, 555, or 88, make a wish and expect a fated plot twist. Your destiny is written in the stars.
Oh. Okay, now you see the date on that. It's August 14th because now, even though the Monday is the full moon, so we're kind of like in that in between before everything locks into the square. So really do listen right now. You know, because when we get locked into the square, I mean, it's not going to be long, but it's going to, everything's going to stop. But I still believe that we're waiting for tomorrow's information with Mercury and the sun. So we will see. And everybody has their marching order, so to speak, I guess, you know. I mean, they never stop moving, but
yeah.
You know.
Okay, Mars conjuncts Jupiter. Now today, Mars conjuncts Jupiter This rare alignment of two of the most dynamic planets in our solar system brings forth a potent blend of energy, ambition, and opportunity. Mars represents the warrior spirit, the raw force that drives us to take action, assert ourselves, and pursue our desires. Jupiter, on the other hand, symbolizes growth, abundance, and the pursuit of higher knowledge. When these two planets align, they create a fertile ground for grand plans, new beginnings, and courageous steps towards personal and collective goals.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And what was I just gonna say? Oh, with the sun on the day of the full moon at 2:26 p.m. Vesta, the sun, and Mercury are all conjunct. And Vesta is the spark of the divine inside of all this that we nurture. So
Right.
to me, that's saying spirit's right there with the sun. Spirit's right there with the sun and Mercury. Vesta's involved in this conversation too, on whatever the sun is letting Mercury know going forward. So to me, it's spiritually based, and that's what we all talk about here. So
Okay.
Sorry, I was just answering. Okay, on August 14th, Mars will conjunct Jupiter in Gemini, merging the energies of willpower, courage, and action with the expansive wisdom and higher guidance of Jupiter. This powerful alignment blesses us with the spiritual confidence and the ability to lead others with clarity and divine insight. Under the influence, our determined to pursue our soul's purpose intensifies, guiding us to focus on our efforts I lost it. And align our actions with our higher calling. This conjunction also amplifies our spiritual charisma and magnetic energy, opening the door for soul-aligned relationships to enter our lives. The potent synergy of Mars and Jupiter heightens our passionate desires, urging us to take bold, inspired action in both our spiritual journey and our earthly endeavors. Whether in love, work, or spiritual growth, our directness and courage will attract divine blessings, helping us to manifest our highest potential. Embrace this sacred energy, channeling it towards your spiritual evolution and the fulfillment of your soul's deepest desires, knowing that the guidance of Jupiter will light your path to greater wisdom and enlightenment. I like that one.
Yeah, and think of this: Mars conjunct Jupiter. Okay, Mars and Jupiter in Taurus, and this is the energy. So that's abundance. That's a lot of making things into the physical world, right? This conjunction only happens now. They will meet each other every year at some point, every year and a half, 2 years, Mars. So this is like a 30-year conjunction with Taurus.
Wow.
It's rare. It's not as common as you might seem.
Huh.
Well, Mars conjunct Jupiter. Okay, this is just in the short form.
Yeah.
Big ideas and bold decisive actions. So you've got ideas and you act on them.
Yeah.
Inspirational solutions to problems.
Yay.
Enthusiastic conversations. That's good. Becoming clear on your personal beliefs. An increase in personal self-belief. That's always very helpful.
Yeah. And this is about us, right? We have to believe in ourselves and let go of what holds us to the old world. And remember, this Mars conjunct Jupiter thing, I mean, they're in play, and it's gonna stay in play, but it's real flexible right now. It's on the full moon Monday at 2:26 in the afternoon, where it's exact, and we have these squares, and it's kind of like nobody's moving. Yeah, because Saturn's retrograde. It'll take Mars will probably be the first one to move. So it's not really moving that fast. It'll be a few days. The sun and the moon, they'll move faster with Mercury. I don't know. It's like really pay attention right now for these next couple of days on what it is coming into you for you.
So for the next week during the full moon, we have this intense T-square configuration. Jupiter is benevolent and with Mars support can create a surge of positive energy. But the T-square is challenging, creating tension and a powerful energy that can lead to significant changes. It's amplified further by the full moon energies that build throughout the week. Stay centered. Keep bringing your focus inwards and resting in the peace of your heart. Address what is rising for you, but pause first, as Mars can lead to knee-jerk reactions. With all the change occurring, it's vital to stay out of the swirling energy so you can move gently through this time. Such great advice.
Mm-hmm. I love these things. I do. I love them. Mary Thornberry's asking, so how does that affect the souls being born on that day?
What I don't know. What's she talking about?
I don't either. Are you saying the 19th, the day of the full moon? You know, if you're born on a full moon like this, I would say there's a lot, you know, well, we're all receiving this information. But to be born on this day, I would have to see the chart. I'm sure it's just epic.
Yeah.
You know, it's epic astrology, that's for sure.
Okay, Mars square Saturn. That's on the 16th, and karmic reset and repayment. So Mars square Saturn is like hitting a cosmic checkpoint where the universe calls you out to see if you've been putting in the work and maintaining your integrity. It closely observes actions and intentions, and this powerful alignment promises reward to those who've been sincere, well-meaning, and acting with good intentions. If so, the universe is ready to repay you with the abundance and success you've earned. However, for those who have been cutting corners or avoiding responsibilities, the repercussions are inevitable. Challenges that arise now are the universe's way of asking you to pause, reflect, and if necessary, hold yourself accountable. It's a time to confront the consequences of any missteps or to correct your course. Dig in, stay disciplined, and trust that perseverance will lead to well-deserved blessings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there's that. And this, I just thought this was so cool the other day. I mean, that thing is spiking, right? We got all this white out and it went to a blackout. I don't even know. It's just been, well, that was today. Was today the 17th? Oh, Jesus.
Today is the second 888 galactic portal day in August, receiving a blast of powerful galactic activations through arriving plasma cloud as we are fast approaching huge multidimensional event. Blue super full moon in Aquarius and Jupiter Saturn square, powerful geomagnetic storms today. The synchronicity energetic encoding 88 and 888 are activating the new templates within as we continue to move through the magical trinity of 888. Once a 9-year alignment, opening the floodgates of abundance and infinite possibilities.
Cool.
I mean, wow. Wow.
That is amazing. And I've never heard of it reaching 80.
No. I think the last time it did was that May when we had the Northern Lights coming down.
Is that right?
I think so. It was close to it.
To go out and see if we have Northern Lights tonight.
Right. The collective is being lifted.
Heather, you want to read it?
Sure. Change is here. Step into the next version of yourself.
That's it.
Incoming. The collective is being lifted. We're being prepared, and there is a shift manifesting in real time. Sensitive, empathic beings can feel it coming.
Woo.
You can, right? And that's very powerful, because as we're going into the new earth and we're recreating ourselves, like I was saying last night, I don't know what that looks like yet. It's,
Yeah.
but we have all this available to us that we can do what we want with it. It's pretty cool. Now I put this in there for the Leo sun, just so because we're talking a lot about Aquarius, and Leo and Aquarius are across from each other on the wheel. So Leo is definitely heart-centered, wants to care for, nurture others. But as much as Aquarius wants that, Aquarius wants to hide in the corner. Leo wants to shine. Leo's like, hey, here I am, let me help you. So it's a reminder to let yourself shine. That's why I put that in there.
I love that. Let me read it.
Okay.
Leo sun season and lunar cycle. Leo as an archetype honors authenticity and the idea that each individual experiences life uniquely. It emphasizes that by embracing our true selves, we illuminate the world. Leo warns against diminishing, concealing, forsaking, or denying ourselves, as it disconnects us from our vitality and prevents us from sharing our unique gifts with the world. Instead, Leo encourages us to recognize that our existence is intentional, and true freedom lies not in simply acknowledging ourselves, but in wholeheartedly loving, embodying, and expressing every aspect of who we are.
That's important. Yeah. And it's so important because, Aquarius forgets about that. Aquarius like, yeah, okay, I'm over here doing the good
Doing
work.
my thing in the corner, yeah. Taking the world in the corner.
Yeah. And then, of course, there are some rituals that we can do. Sit quietly in sacred space. Make moon water and by placing a bowl of spring water under the moon overnight. Or spell work for love, release, banishing, power, transformation, and psychic ability. Or go outside and moon bathe or meditate under the moon. Charge up your crystals under the moon. Practice forgiveness and gratitude. Work on releasing karma from the past. Give yourself some time and space to rest. Make a list of things you wish to release and burn it. Give yourself a full moon tarot or oracle card reading.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love to do things at the full moon like that. I usually write down whatever I want to release and burn that for sure.
Absolutely. And that's what this really is about, this full moon. But it's releasing all those things that aren't allowing you to shine.
Yeah.
Who are you, and why are you letting anything from the past, societal constructs, whatever, hold you back, not allow you to be who you are? And I think that's really what we're being asked here. Like, let it go, let all that crap go.
This is a good one. The full moon will illuminate many possibilities and challenge you to look at things differently. Try leaning into adaptability instead of trying to control what's going on. Go with the flow. What possibilities are being offered to me right now? Oh, I love these questions. What area of my life is craving freedom and experimentation? Where can I be more open-minded? What old habits or beliefs need to be released under this full moon? Where do I need to go with the flow? All good questions.
Good.
Good for journaling.
And Randy says, Randy, I love that. She's putting a river in Freedom Acres. We were on the phone the other day. We want to get like 500 acres with a river. We have little tiny houses on there for everybody to go hang out and cook together and garden and do art.
That's lovely.
I love it. I love it. And we keep talking about it. We're destined to make it happen. Oh, love spells and willow trees. What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay, Heather.
Okay, Aquarius full moon. Some affirmations. I understand that the thoughts that I think become the house that I live in.
Whoa.
Whoa.
As I reform and heal my outdated programming, I help heal the collective.
True.
I acknowledge that there are millions of ways to be human and that each one of us is a beat within the pulse of the universe.
Cool.
I'm committed to transforming my thoughts surrounding success and power. And as I upgrade my mental coding, I'm tuning into the frequency of my manifestations.
Ooh.
Wow. Wow.
Aquarius full moon, embrace your unique individuality and shine it outward. Let your freak flag fly. Release everything that doesn't align with your soul. Be open to revelations and epiphanies. Don't be afraid of change or liberation. When I finally allow myself to be authentic, I will awaken into my greatest powers. And so it is.
Yeah.
So it is.
Beautiful.
And intentions. The full moon intentions are abundance, magic, prosperity, and wisdom. So share your magic, celebrate yourself, think outside the box, take risks, laugh about it, treat yourself with kindness, believe in your big vision, start a trend, follow your heart, get excited, make new friends, give love, and be determined. Of course, the crystals and affirmations are carnelian, which is I share my gifts with the world, and jade. I welcome wealth and abundance into every aspect of my life. And then you have the sturgeon moon, named for sturgeon fishing season in the Great Lakes. A reminder to be grateful for the bounties of nature. We're asked to step into the flow and appreciate the fruits of all seasons and the unique beauties of the cycles of life.
And that is
Wow. That's it. And that's one thing about astrology. It's cycles inside of cycles, inside of cycles, inside of cycles. So we just happen to be at this part of our history, right? As one era's dying, one era's coming in, and I mean it's just epic to me. It's like we're making history.
I'm fascinated every month to see what the astrologies bring you, because it's like you said, it's epic. There's so many huge changes that have been happening and continue to happen. I'm absolutely fascinated to see where we go next.
I know.
Next.
And these 4 supermoons, right? Well, we know that's, and who knows? I don't even want to say, oh, the next 3-4 months are a shit show, but it seemingly
well, it's going to be because of the election, and there's no getting out of it. That's just the way it is when you have.
Maybe something epic will happen, and we don't even have to worry about none of that. I don't know. That's these kind of energies. Like anything can happen. Anything, So Leah,
I'm coming there wherever that is.
The goat Greenfields, lakes and rivers. Yep.
I love that. They're talking about the land, and she's talking about some land around where she is, between Milwaukee and Chicago, 40 minutes west of Lake Michigan. That's where she is, but I don't know if that's where Leah's talking about thick oaks, green fields, lakes, and rivers. But I want to go there for sure. But, I think we have come to the end of our show. What an informative show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I really appreciate your time coming to visit with us twice a month. It's just fantastic. And I learned so much.
And where are you going to be next?
On my channel.
So good. What are you going to be doing?
On Monday, the full moon in Aquarius. I don't even know.
Diana.
Yeah, with Diana.
Yay, Miss Diana. Well, so we'll see you on Monday. Is that right?
Yeah, at 7 Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. I don't
Thank
know.
you so much for being here. And everybody, thank you out there in the chat land. And those of you that are watching that aren't chatting, we appreciate each and every one of you being here with us. Please go out and shine your light. Show your authentic self and take care of yourself. Remember to take care of you first, then worry about everybody else.
And make sure you speak up to be heard.
Oh, we have a really special show on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Heather's in remote viewing underneath Mount Shasta to tell us things, what's going on, what she sees. And that will be Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And I can't wait. So I hope to see you guys there. And thank you again for being here. We really appreciate it. Each and every day.
Thank you so
Good night,
much.
everyone.
Love you guys. Stay home.